Canter.
So here is how Samba is progressing at doing the canter. I notice that a lot of times when I ask her to canter, she'll get a little overwrought. She'll kind of lay her ears back and toss her head around and get a little fussy. So I'll tell her, "Ho ho,"
Good girl.
and kind of bring her
Canter.
down. I don't know why that works, but it does seem to work.
Good girl.
So she's doing a lot better. She's stepping into the canter pretty nicely. I think she does better when I'm on a little larger circle, so she has more latitude to figure it out for herself. This is one of those times when I need to let her settle down a little bit before I ask again.
And canter.
Sometimes when I ask her to canter, she'll just make that movement with her head and won't even start moving her feet that way.
Good girl.
She's just trying to figure it out. Now I was going to put my camera on the fence, but the battery wasn't charged up, so I had to wear the GoPro on this day.
How you do it.
And this clip shows her doing a really nice change of bend at trot. Now I hope it doesn't make you car sick, because it kind of makes me a little car sick. Lately she has really been trotting with a lot more vigor and bounce. But she does a super nice change of bend here, right in the middle, right there.
Trot on.
So I apologize for the bounciness of the picture. Maybe I can stabilize that in video editing. When she came around to do the other side of my little figure 8 here, she kept losing her bend in just the same place. So we would come down to a walk, and it felt like she wanted to keep trying. She would pick up the trot on her own and go right where the crossover point was. There, she's losing it again. I just thought it was interesting that it felt like she wanted to keep working on this and try to figure it out. That is amazing. So to remedy where she kept losing her balance there in the middle,
Speed up now.
I see she got fast there.
Walk on. Walk on.
I would slow her down a little bit. I'd say, ho, ho, and she kind of stops, screeches to a stop. But we just keep on working on it, and eventually she gets it. She did it real nice the first time, and then every time after that she seemed to lose her balance. But then we just kept working on it, and she got it back. She was able to do it again. I guess she's experimenting with doing it wrong in different ways.
That head down. Yep. We're straightening and we're turning. Yeah, good girl. Oh, that's pretty. We're doing turning. Good girl. And we're straightening. Yeah? Oh, that was very good. I didn't tell you to stop, though.
I'm trying to narrate on the GoPro, and she thinks I'm talking to her. She actually does best if I just shut up and only talk to her when I want her to do something.
Oh, that was nice.
She did it perfectly that time. So this is the next day. My camera battery is all charged up, and we're doing the same thing as yesterday. Figure 8s, changing bend and direction at trot. You can see the points where she'll lose her balance. Her head will pop up. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is this week I started to get the feeling of her 2 back feet hitting the ground. I could tell which was which when she was just walking along. I think that's a new development. Another new development is this big, powerful trot that she's getting. She's losing her balance more often because she's putting a lot more into it. You can see I'm kind of bouncing a bit more. Things were going so well, I thought I would try a shoulder in at trot. It didn't go so great because I kind of sprang it on her, so we're going to walk a few times. So here we're just walking and doing a shoulder in, so she can kind of get the feeling of it. I can clearly see that I'm turning my head too much to the outside to make her move out. I'm not sure I'm getting enough bend. It's really hard to see her legs with the shade from the trees the way it is. In the wintertime, the sun is low in the sky, and so there's shade on the arena most of the day. Makes it hard to see what's going on. But she's doing real good. Now you have to see this. Watch this. And I wasn't even aware that she did this. Look at that halt! Oh, that was nice. Now see, most of the time, this is how she stops. But once in a while, she squares up. So now we're flipping over to Prairie, and I'm still doing lots of work with him to get him soft and bending through his neck. And he's at the point now where I just reach for the reins, and he'll drop his head very nicely. And he's doing move out very nicely also. Now I want to show you how he goes to the left in hand. He always falls in when I'm riding him to the left, but when I'm working him on the ground, he tries to trot. Now what should that tell me? Why is he trotting? I mean, I'm trying not to discourage him. I don't want him to go even slower when he's walking to the left. But when I'm riding him, he just drags his feet. He barely moves. He falls in on circles to the left. He acts like he hates going to the left.
I don't like what you're doing here.
So here's an illustration of what he does when I'm riding him. You can see he's falling in. And at this point, I'm asking him to keep turning in.
I'm going to turn in. I'm going to turn you in all you can stand.
I mean, I'm trying to apply your remedy for falling in. He just never seems to come to the conclusion that he should stay out on the circle. And I'm asking him for move out. He's barely doing anything, but I'm trying to encourage him. This kind of looks like one of his fake move outs, but I don't notice it when I'm riding him, so I give him a pat. So here's another view of going around on a circle to the left. You can see his neck is straight out in front, or even bent to the outside a hair, but at least he's not falling in.
Oh, good boy.
As soon as I pat him, he starts to take steps of turn in to fall in, and now he falls out.
Who? No, going this way. That it over here.
I know I'm pulling his nose around, but sometimes that's the only tool I have.
There, good boy. Then walk. No, And walk.
See, he just wants to go to the right so badly. He will push his head out that way and just try to fall out and go that way if I'll let him. So I'm insisting that he go to the left here. And now he's starting to bend a little bit, and he's doing better. I like his ears. His ears say, "Yes, ma'am." It's taken a little bit of riding to get him to that point where he's really focused on me.
Yeah, good boy.
But this is how every ride goes, always falling in on the left. I'm seeing little glimmers of hope for him, though. Look how nicely he's starting to reach down, a little bit. I still have a very light contact on him, just cognitive contact. I'm kind of scared to do much more than that, because it seems like I always get too harsh on him. I start to get tension in my hands, in my forearms, and then things just all go to crap from there. And I know that's my problem, not his. Here we're going to try to do a little figure 8 here. We're doing a circle to the left right there. We're going to change. See, he changes very easily going to the right, because he loves going to the right. Left, not so much. Okay, we're going to do a tandem comparison. This is my legacy, which I love. Sitting in it is like sitting in an armchair. And if you look at this Vienna 2 coming up, this thing is like sitting on bleachers. My bottom slides around on it. It looks and feels cheap, and it's not cushy. I don't like it. I'm going to sell this thing on Craigslist.